What's up, everybody? It is a Blue Drake, and today I wanted to make a video answering some of your all's questions. I know not everybody knows about this, but a couple of you who have caught wind of some of the development projects that our community has been working on, you guys have gotten curious and been asking me a couple questions. And for those of you who don't know, our community works on a variety of smaller development projects. For instance, we just released that map pack, which was a conversion of all the old vanilla maps into PR. We've also been working on our Project Reality Arma mod, which I honestly think is probably one of the most successful projects we've been doing. We just had a test today. This is footage I still have to edit and put up. Here's our spawn menu that's been totally overhauled, and it's really starting to come together and look really nice, and the performance is really great. And all of our community developers have been working on this, like I'm really proud of. But one of the other things that we've been working on that a couple of you have been asking about is a small project that I haven't talked about much, called Iron Armada. And what Iron Armada is since our community is doing a whole bunch of smaller mods and smaller other content additions, we thought that we might as well see what it would look like if we took a small stab at creating our own independent game. And when I say own independent game, I'm not talking about anything like Squad or anything huge. We wanted to keep our ambitions small and see if we could make something interesting and fun. And that's where Iron Armada comes in. Now, before I show you the version of Iron Armada we've been working on, I want to tell you a little bit about the game and what it's going to be. Of course, a lot of the videos I upload are, of course, like criticizing developers and stuff like that, because our community has a very specific type of game that we like to play, and we try to give developers feedback, and sometimes they listen, but most of the time they don't. And it gets to a point where after a while, we decide, well, honestly, for some of these things, it would probably be easier to make our own game, even a smaller scale game, and that's what we decided to do. And while it's probably not going to be the most amazing thing in the world, we want to take some of the things that we see and that we want and that we think are important to put into a game and try with just a really simple, and I have to, and I want to emphasize simple, because we don't want this game to be the best looking game in the world or the most amazing game in the world. We just want to have a platform that we can implement some of the gameplay designs and gameplay styles that we want to see in games. And I'm really happy to say that we have made Iron Armada up to a point where it's not a fully fleshed out game yet, and I don't want to use the words pre-alpha or alpha, like honestly everything is an alpha or beta now, but we've created a really simple proof of concept that gives us a networked game in a simple prototype environment. And the game is 2D. I do want to emphasize that, because I know a lot of you are like, oh man, I love 3D games and stuff like that. We wanted to make it 2D because we want to focus on the gameplay. Like, we really like games like Star Sector and Shipwrecked and even FTL and stuff like that. And Iron Armada is going to take a lot of cues from those. It's going to be a game in space. It's going to be top down. It's going to be more focused on gameplay, and our angle is we want to focus more on the social aspect of gaming. So, without any further ado, I have a couple of our community members in here, and we're gonna show some of the basic things that we've developed this engine into doing now. So here we go. Here is Iron Armada. It is incredibly simple. It looks very poopy right now, but we've got Salty and Private in here, and we're gonna show the basic physics engine and the thing that we can do that we're really excited about in this game. So let's see here. Salty, where are you? Where are you guys? Did you push me to the edge of the map? I swear to God, if you did.
Right by O ship.
Oh, I know. Give me a second. I'm trying to get back to it. Is it like 00XY?
It's
find you.
There
we go. Here's some.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, derelicts. So actually, you guys have never seen this game before either, have you? So this is actually our community's game. We've been working on a small prototype like this. And the basic aspects of what you're able to do is, we really like games like FTL, and we really like games like Shipwrecked, but we really wanted to make a game like that, but have it be more focused on like multi-crew and teamwork, and kind of have FTL combined with a more like free-form Space Engineers Shipwrecked slash Star Sector style, which I doubt you guys have. You guys even played those games before? You guys are like
Yeah, I
random
played
people.
FTL. I love
yeah.
FTL.
Oh yeah. No, I love FTL. So if you walk up to the ship, you can press space and you can get on it.
And get on it.
Yeah. Here, Private
Dude.
Jesse.
Hell yeah.
Are you AFK like a little bitch? I bet you are.
No, I'm here, but like nothing's happened.
Oh, that's because
Yeah.
you're. There you go. You just don't know how to play yet. There, press space. You use your mouse to look around, unless you screwed up your controls. Because there you go. Yeah, there you use your mouse to look around, and then WASD move you left, right. So the prototype we have now is just a fully networked basic version of what we want to do. You have the ability to put down blocks, which you can use to create ships, and obviously you're like super overpowered now. You can like spawn 1 billion of these if you want, and you also have the ability to put down thrusters. And the way the thrusters work right now is very basic. Of course, when in the future we're going to have cockpits and stuff like that you can manually link to the thrusters and create custom control schemes for. But right now, if you place a thruster and you walk up to it, you can press the E button, and that'll push the ship in that direction. And what I'm really excited about this, so what I'm really excited about this is we want to create like a version of FTL, but you are able to build your own ships, and the ships can also be destroyed piece by piece. And of course, we only have 2 blocks in here right now, but we just wanted to get the grid system in here. And hopefully we still need a pixel artist. Like, we really need a pixel artist and a pixel animator really bad. So if anybody knows how to do that, please. Yeah, we've got some placeholder. Lucas, one of our community members, made the little guys here. Well, we still need somebody to work on this more like full time. But see, if I put an engine over here, I can press that and slow us down. And you can make a whole bunch of other smaller ships. Like if I get off here, I can make my own little ship over here.
Now I won't get fucked over by the rock people right away.
And then I can come over here and whoa, we're gonna go off. And it's really robust. Like you can make huge ships in this. Like you can, if you wanted to. Like that's the thing. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to make a game kind of like Space Engineers, but was so simple, both graphically and also from like a physics standpoint, that it doesn't like buckle under its own weight. So we can do all the gameplay things that we want to do with Space Engineers, but in a more simple environment that doesn't break. Like I could go crazy right now and make like a huge capital ship, and that's what we want people to do. Like we want them to make like large ships that like go to battle and stuff like that. And we have so many ideas that I'll talk about later, of course. But let's see if I can make myself a little. You could go ham for days and make like a super large ship. We had people do that before. They made like the equivalent of like an entire carrier. Let's see here. That way. I can turn. Now I'm gonna go forward. Goodbye, dicks.
Speaking of dicks.
Yeah, it is kind of a dick-shaped ship, isn't it? But yeah,
it is.
We'll be able to have a system that's kind of like FTL, except you can have a multi-crew situation. You can have all your friends get in the same ship. It's fully networked. It's fully multiplayer already. Like that's what we wanted to build first. The multiplayer component. We just wanted to get the physics down. We wanted to get the netcode down. We wanted to get all that down. So all that's left now is just to have people come in and just put in content, like making new blocks, making new characters, making new weapons, making new animations. That's where we're really at right now. Like here, just go crazy. Yeah, keep adding blocks and stuff. You can make like a super huge ship.
Man, I was making a dick.
Oh, you would. I'm sorry. I ruined your dick ship. Let's see if we can keep going. But you can make entire space stations like this if you want to. You can have an entire, like, it's pretty cool. I love this. I love the way this works, and it's totally multiplayer compatible. And this system for getting on and off ships is also, that was something we did on purpose from a netcode standpoint, because it makes it really easy to have ships that fly really fast, and you don't have players like glitching out of the ship. You have it so they're like fixed all to the same plane if they're on the same like crew, so they have to manually like clip onto the ship, and then that puts them on a new plane so that they don't like fall off or like get slammed into the wall when the ship does a maneuver. Like we could, if you put a bunch of thrusters on the ship and we went like crazy, like here, watch. Like well, now this ship is so here. Actually, proof of concept. Get over here. I'll put you on this small little thing. Get over here. And I'll
you
show
lag
over.
your tits off.
Yeah, I am gonna lag my tits off. Here, don't add on to it, because then you'll. Well, here, have both of us get on here, and then I'm gonna move us this way, and then I'm gonna have us go fucking crazy. Whoa,
And
we're going
there
out.
goes
We're going
my
out of
stomach.
bounds. Yeah, exactly. But if you see here, like, look, you can still move around. Like, there's no problem. Like, that's what we wanted to make. We have a ship crew system now where it doesn't matter. Like, you're not gonna glitch out of the ship. You're not gonna like the one thing that you can do is if you try to get out of the ship right now, it'll like fling you across the universe, which is great. Here, watch. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh shit! Oh,
My god.
It didn't fling me. It flinged you though. But
Is
that's
this what
it. Like,
Matthew McConaughey felt like.
you know, all that's left now is just like creating weapons, like we've built the platform. Oh, here's a nice big ass ship. Let's see if we can move this. But it's really cool. Like, this is awesome. If you get on here, you can see, you can imagine, here, get on this ship. You can imagine having a bunch of players like walking around the corridors doing all they have to do, and the giant ship is like moving around and having like a battle and stuff like that. And we can't wait to see what we can do with it. But yeah, all right, hold up. I'm gonna mute and talk about the rest of the game. So yeah, that is basically what we have right now. This is our version of Iron Armada. We want to make a top-down, simple, multi-crew spaceship combat game where you build your own ship. And you're able to use that ship to attack other people. And the big reason we wanted to play this, like I said before, like we want to build the game that we want to play. Like, we want to be able to have this be a platform so we can design the kind of game that we want. And right now the kind of game we want is we want a social game. Like, we want to put a voice system in this game, maybe even proximity voice, but definitely have it so when everybody is playing the game together, all the people on the same crew are able to talk to each other, but only people in that crew. We want to have it so all the different crews are kind of like independent, and we were thinking about even having mechanics like if you have a crew captain and the crew captain has like a command deck or something like that, or a command chair, you can actually use that command chair to radio or hail other ships. So you could actually like use your ship to do it. We could even incorporate it with like a webcam if you want to do like a video hail with other ship captains and stuff like that. So you fly up to a ship with your crew and you radio them and you're like, hey, we're gonna board you and stuff like that, and have it be a social game that doesn't break the immersion. And since everything is so stable in a multiplayer environment, we can do things like having giant fixed stations that are kind of like a central economy, so everybody can take their crew and fly to that and trade. We're also really thinking about having kind of an in-depth player inventory system, kind of like Diablo 2. I'm a big fan of like grid inventory systems, so we want players to be able to like go onto a derelict ship and like pick around and like go and find a crate or something and open it up and be able to like take a big bulky weapon and put it into their backpack and stuff like that. Like, I've always been really partial to that. And just to show you some of the more progress that we've been doing, let me see if I think I closed out of it because I'm stupid. But what this is written on right now is we've written almost the entire game in Java. And we have some placeholder art right now, but we're really looking for artists and programmers, especially pixel artists and especially programmers who are more experienced with Java and frameworks written in Java. And I can show you some of the basic work we've been doing. Here's some of the animations we've had, like the basic animations for the character. If I go down even further, I posted a couple. These are the things where I first started talking about Iron Armada, and everybody was like, what is this? Here's like a basic engine, like an engine that's actually finished. And the animation actually looks really cool. Here's another example of what we would expect, maybe kind of like an early version of a ship to look like that you can build. Here's kind of like what a weapon would look like. That's a weapon that you would like put into your inventory. Here's kind of an example of what we would like the ships to look like when the system's even more fleshed out. Like, here's a door, and you can have bulkheads and stuff like that, and players can walk between different sections, maybe even having systems like Space Engineers has for oxygen and having a ship lose oxygen. Here's some examples of like weapons and turrets that you can mount onto the ship, and of course here's all the character animations that we've been working on. Here's an example of the character animations actually in a testing version of the game. But this is something we're really, really excited about. We think it's really, like, it may not be the most amazing game in the world, but it'll be our community's game. And instead of us having to complain, like, when a developer doesn't do what we want, we can just take a stab at it and we can work on putting it into our game, because I mean that's ultimately what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, if there's something that people aren't doing that you think would be successful, then you do it, and that's how businesses work. So that's what we're doing. But there you go. That's our prototype version of Iron Armada that we've been working on. If you're interested in this, if you want access to the prototype and to help us beta test, we don't have anything right now publicly available. I think we're thinking about making an early prototype version available to some of my GameWisp backers. So if you want to become a backer on there, you can hopefully help us with some early access versions of the game and testing it and giving us your ideas and stuff like that. If not, though, that's totally fine. So I don't want people getting mad or anything like that. But we would eventually, like to have this game on Steam, and be able to have it be a fully multiplayer compatible, large scale game, kind of like Star Sector, except multiplayer, like a multiplayer Star Sector with the multi-crew mechanics of FTL. Having kind of like a meta game where, when you're not actually like fighting and stuff like that, you can go into like hyperspace and warp between different planets and whatnot and trade. Kind of like Space Trader. Did anybody ever play Space Trader? Space Trader meets FTL, meets Shipwrecked, or the other game. But the first milestone that we're actually looking at, so for those of you who are going to ask, like, obviously the having a giant like open world is super ambitious, and we don't expect to do that anytime soon. And we want to design this game in like blocks. We want every phase of this game to be like fun and playable and have like a purpose. So the first version of Iron Armada that'll probably be released, we want to have it be more of like an arena thing. So you have two sides that start on like a basic ship, and maybe like a couple of different crews. So you'll have, like, if you have a team of 10 versus 10, you'll have 2 crews of 5 on one team and 2 crews of 5 on the other team, and they start on a basic ship and they have to go around like maybe mining resources from asteroids, but in like an arena. Like if you look right now, we've got actually borders on this area. Like if you go too far out, it'll actually like push you back in. So this is actually like an arena. And we want to have it so the first phase of the game is multiple different ships battling in a small arena, and whoever is the victor wins. Like really simple game mechanics that are fun. And then when that's done, when we have like a really solid combat PvP arena style, we want to expand that and have that be kind of like a more open world RPG server side system where players can not just have like arena style battles, but they can actually take their ship and like a smaller Star Sector kind of world, and they can go from planet to planet and trade and fight AI, and not just fight AI, but also fight other players and other crews and stuff like that, board ships. And I don't know, it's really, really cool. I'm really, really excited. If you want to support it, you can support us on GameWisp. If not, that's totally fine. But this is Iron Armada that a couple of you have been asking about, and this is our first prototype build. And if you are a Java programmer or a pixel artist and want to be involved in the making of this game, please let me know. Feel free to message me on Discord. Feel free to send me an email, bluedrake42@gmail.com, and I'd love to talk. But yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much to all of the community developers who've been working so hard on this. David Stark, Lucas, Crispin. Even though there's a lot of people who are volunteers and a lot of people who have come and gone, like I haven't talked to some of the developers for a while, but that's kind of how our community rolls. You know, it's very community-driven development. People come and go and contribute what they want. But yeah, that's where we are. Okay, all right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're excited as I am for Iron Armada. Okay, bye!